Limmy's World of Glasgow. Phil.
I was up in Glasgow at the weekend, helping out my traveller friends run the motorbikes. Now, the motorbikes in the fun fair are the ones that go round and round at high speed. They're actually very dangerous. They're banned everywhere in the United Kingdom except Glasgow. So I was up there doing the motorbikes. I should point out, I'm not walking around taking the cash. I'm the guy in the centre, queuing up the songs, controlling his speed, and getting the crowd going, you know, with the get on the outside, the left side's the fast side. Do you want to go faster? Do you want to go faster? Then come on now, scream! The kids go absolutely wild. The kids in Glasgow in the fun fair are fantastic. I'll explain why. At the weekend there, I was doing my bit, and I see this kid standing watching, standing with his mates. Kid must have been about 8-year-old, standing with his friends, watching the motorbikes go round and round. Great place to hang about. Anyway, who comes up? This old, kind of alcoholic fellow, getting over familiar, looking in the little boy's pockets. I thought, right, this must be the little boy's old man. Otherwise, he would have got his head kicked in. Anyway, bit of an argument follows, bit of pushing and pulling. The motorbikes was at full speed. It was the last ride of the night. The last ride of the night is the fastest ride of the night. And it was going like greased lightning. So a bit of pushing, bit of pulling. Who comes off worse? The old drunk guy, of course. Gets pushed towards the motorbikes. Goes under the wheels of the platform. All the kids screaming. All the heads turning like a tennis match. I thought, Jesus Christ, this place is going to get shut down. I stopped the ride, got off to see the damage. The guy was an absolute mess. His body had turned around 1.5 times. So what I mean is, if you look down, he'd be looking at his arse. And then around again. And the thing was, the guy was still alive. And I knew that if I got an ambulance and got this guy saved, he'd be alive for about another week max. And then this place would be shut down anyway. So I said to all the kids, it was just kids all around, no adults. I said to the little boy who was arguing with him, I says, I take it that's your father. He says, aye, that's my father. Please don't grass us up. He was fighting with us. I said, I'm not going to grass you up, mate. I said, listen, the bloke's going to die anyway. I'm sorry, but he is. How about we just finish him off, get him on his way. I'll move the ride back and forth a bit. You guys just tell us when it's game over, and then just shove him underneath the ride, out of sight, and I'll collect him tonight, okay? The little boy was up for it, so were his friends. But everyone else, they weren't sure. They were keeping quiet. I said, there's one last free ride in it for you guys. A lot of them shouted, fucking yes! I said, brilliant, okay, I'm gonna go back to my cabin. So I went back to the control cabin, rolled the ride back a bit, screams from the bloke, rolled it forward a bit, screams again, not as loud, back again, forwards. Eventually the guy wasn't making a peep. I said, is that him? The kid said, that's him. I says, right. I said, chuck him underneath the ride. They all started booting him. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see where they were booting because the motorbikes were in the way. But obviously they were booting this guy underneath the ride. They all shouted, that's it, done. Really enthusiastic young kids. I said, okay, what are you waiting for then? Jump on! A free ride! They all swarmed on, taking up every seat, lying on the platform between the motorbikes and my cabin, taking up every space. The spirit of these kids is absolutely fantastic. I gave them a free ride, and I said, do you want to go faster? And they said, yes, and then scream. The loudest scream you have ever heard in your life. Absolutely fantastic. Try and hear that down in Blackpool. Try that anywhere else in the United Kingdom. There'll be some grass in there somewhere, dobying. But not these guys. Not these Glaswegian boys and girls. Absolute salt of the earth. I love my work, I love these kids, and I love Glasgow.